Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Now, this is a real conversation, y'all, because I see the girls cutting up on Twitter and everybody's upset. Everybody in their feels about goddamn Armon Wiggins, giving Nicki Minaj praise. And I guess I have a few things that I want to say about the topic. And I don't want to, make nobody feel no type of way because I've been very clear on my channel about my support for Armon Wiggins and how much I really adore him and love his content. And y'all also know that I am a big Cardi B supporter. I love Bardi on his channel. I always say that I love Cardi B as a person, but I love Nicki Minaj's music. Now, if I want to just talk about music, I just love Nicki's music, her as a artist. I don't like Nicki the person, but I love her as a artist. So first, I love Nicki as a artist, but secondary, I really don't, too much like her personality. Now, as far as Cardi B, it's the opposite. I love Cardi B as a personality. Her music comes in second, but her music, is just absolutely amazing. And I think that her personality helps you like her music more. It helps you, kind of vibe to her music, kind of feel her music more because of how much of a great person she is. And I think that, that's just how I feel about it. So with me supporting Armon and liking Armon and him, seemingly looking as though he has switched sides, I think it's a topic of conversation. I want to first start off by saying that I don't feel as though, Armon Wiggins was ever a 1000% Cardi B supporter.
I did feel some type of way. But I felt some type of way because I understood that I realized it didn't have to go that way. I feel like Nicki did unfollow me, and I feel like Nicki Minaj is one of those people. If you don't suck farts out of her ass, she does not support you. And if you're asking me did I feel some type of way that she unfollowed me, the answer is yes.
Is that what caused you to change your opinion?
It did cause me to change my opinion about her because I realized that if I didn't agree with her, and if I didn't constantly celebrate her 24/7. She didn't like me.
Armon Wiggins already made up his mind a long time ago that he was going to be a Nicki Minaj fan, okay? He was a huge fan. So much so that he hopped into Nicki's messages. This is before a connection between him and Cardi B ever was a thing. He hopped into Nicki's, message and said, hey, I love you. I love your music. What do I have to do? Because I love you so much. He always says that his two favorite celebrities are a Wendy Williams and a Nicki Minaj. So he hopped into Nicki's messages and said her DMs and said, hey, what is it going to take for me to show up on Queen Radio?
When I first got the follow from Nicki Minaj, I was excited. I think that Nicki is, one of the greatest, is the greatest female rapper of all time. Let's go on record by saying that.
The Queen.
Nicki Minaj is one of my favorite celebrities. I've always said that. I've always maintained that.
Yeah.
But and I think she's a polarizing figure. And I'm entertained and I'm a fan to this day.
Yes.
Okay, so what I would say though, once she followed me, I was astonished. I was so happy. I was thrilled. I was overjoyed.
Yeah.
I messaged Nicki Minaj. I pretty much told Nicki Minaj, I said, listen, I love you. I'm a huge fan. Mm-hmm. What do I need to do to get on Queen Radio?
And basically, Nicki Minaj ignored it, paid it dust, did not pay any attention to it. Now, the only reason Nicki even gave him any type of, response or whatever was when he did a tarot, because, he does tarot readings on her husband and their entire situation. The algorithm loves stuff like that, right? As a YouTuber, I'm going to speak on that part. But, he spoke on Nicki Minaj's husband, and I think that pissed Nicki Minaj off, and she unfollowed him.
But the day that I did a tarot reading, and I feel like she dissed me, and I could be wrong, but I feel like she dissed me in yikes. She was like, devil get thee behind me, because I did.
Oh, you felt like that was
because I did a read. That's when she unfollowed me right before she dropped that, because I did a tarot reading on Kenneth Petty.
Because at first she was really following him. He was, let me just be honest, a barb. He was a huge barb. Always started off as a barb.
And so my thing is, you didn't see me when I was celebrating you and supporting you and DMing you, but you got the message because you follow me and I follow you. But the minute I did a tarot on a backup channel that had 2,000 followers and maybe 3,000 views, you saw that and you unfollowed me because I did a tarot reading on your husband. Because this is around the era 2018 where you felt like the blogs were starting the Nicki hate train. So I wanted to let you know I'm going to be here to support you. This is when you had Kyle, and shout out to Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk. But it was a point where people felt like he wasn't answering the right questions, and I felt like Nicki, I would do that. But then you bring on Tasha K, You bring on T.S. Madison, this is when we was beefing. She throwing me shade. You don't see me messaging you. But then the day I say something you don't like, you block me. Girls, fuck you.
In fact, he was very critical, very mean when it came down to discussing Cardi B, okay? So what we're watching Armon Wiggins do now is nothing new. This is something he started off doing, taking jabs at Cardi B. He's never been a 1000% Cardi B fan. Now, Cardi did, stroll him over to her side. However, he didn't start off on Cardi B's side.
With a tweet, you can change the trajectory and the narrative. There's so many people that support Nicki Minaj, and she does not create space for those people that support her to flourish. She does not create the space.
You know what?
And guess who does? Cardi B.
You know what?
I gotta put this on record. And Cardi B, just from a mention and a follow, and I've told her this personally, she has helped elevate my career and help people look at me in a different way. And this is why I fuck with and respect Cardi B. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why I respect Cardi B. Because when I first had it wrong in 2019, Cardi B put up in my DM and was like, hey, this is not right. That meant a lot to me. You know why it meant a lot to me? Because it showed me that she respected me as a YouTuber in new media.
Now, can you imagine for a person who has a love, I would say like somebody who is like, I want to say my idol. I almost want to say idol, but it's different, places. But follow me on this, okay? Because there is the Wendy Williams, who I would say is a Zach idol of his. But I would say a Nicki Minaj might fall underneath. And this is an opinionated video. So let's talk about it, right? So if your idol ignores you and makes you feel small as though you are not worthy of even a simple response, they follow you, but I'm not going to respond to you. I'm not going to, give you an interaction, let you know that I see you and that you're being seen by me, and that I'm validating your platform or validating, the work that you've been putting in. Yeah, you followed me and that validates some way. But the fact that I messaged you and you didn't see me, when I wanted to be seen, and it like years went by, and then you randomly is upset about, a criticism. If you can't acknowledge me when I sing your praises, do not acknowledge me when I, have a criticism. But that's how he felt. But Cardi B acknowledged him when something was said that she wasn't in her favor, she didn't agree with, that was completely wrong. She hopped in this man's messages and said, hey buddy, you got it wrong, and it validated him. That simple interaction validated him and made him feel seen. And so that was what he wanted from, I would even say, Nicki Minaj for sure, but wanted some sort of validation from the main media outlets. And I think that's what Cardi B represents. Like, yes, one of the, if she's not the first to some people, the second biggest female artist validated me, respond to me. She don't respond to everybody, but she responded to me, and she gave me that, and that A-OK, that yup, I'm the shit, yup, my platform means something, and I'm really, pulling weight. Because if you're online, you really try to really push your stuff. I want people to watch my videos, especially as a new YouTuber or like a up and coming YouTuber or a up and coming personality in general. If you haven't went to school for it, you ain't got that journalism, or you ain't got that, A-OK from the big media outlets, you're doing it on your own. That kind of push means the world to you. And I think he wanted that from Nicki Minaj, but another person gave it to him, which was Cardi B, and he had no choice but to rock with Cardi B, even though she was a Nicki Minaj nemesis.
T.S. wasn't reviewing your music, bitch. Tasha K wasn't reviewing your music. She wasn't going to bat. She wasn't breaking down your albums. These girls were not breaking down your records. I was in the trenches with your shit. And you should understand that, because in our space, if you're not a verified account,
right,
if you're not a mainstream media outlet, if you're not the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, bitches try to play in your face like your opinion or voice does not matter. But Cardi B pulling up in my DM, that showed me that, oh girl, you see that I matter. So she understood that my platform had value. She did that for me.
And I also want to talk about the Tasha K tease, okay? Because there's a Tasha K undertone as well. Not only did Nicki Minaj unfollow Armon Wiggins, but he also had a thing with Tasha K, to where Tasha K was supposed to be his mentee or mentor. I don't know what they call it, but he's the mentee, she's the mentor, right? And she basically played in his face and claimed that she never knew him, didn't really have no, relationship with him, basically played him, right? When it came down to it. And that's who Nicki Minaj chose to put on Queen Radio, even though he had asked, He had asked her to be put on Queen Radio. So he felt like it was a personal dig. Yes, you took shots at me because you had the audacity to put Tasha K on Queen Radio. This woman who has talked about me like a dog, this woman who does not even claim the, relationship, who tried to lie, who tried to, she was my mentor at first. That was the agreement, but used me to her benefit. And that was the person who Nicki Minaj put on Queen Radio. And at that time, I think Armon felt as though that was done purposefully, because Nicki Minaj doesn't ever do anything by chance. It was done purposefully to hurt somebody. And he felt like not only did you take a jab at Cardi B, but you were trying to take a jab at me. And I think that, maybe not intentionally, it formed a dislike around Nicki Minaj for Armon. Yes, this is my idol. Yes, I love her music. Yes, she's a polarizing individual. However, you played in my face and you did it on purpose. And I know that. And I think that, in my opinion, this is all my opinion. In my opinion, I think that's why Armon feelings got hurt. And I think that's why, another reason to why he kind of switched over and felt a ways, or, did not like Nicki Minaj at that moment, at that time, and, with Cardi B suing Tasha K at that time and going through the whole lawsuit situation, it really made Armon feel like somehow, some way, she was fighting his battles. Like, yes, you're going against this person, not only for you, but you're doing it for all of us. How can I not love this woman? Like, when I say that, I'm talking about Cardi B. He's like, how can I not love this woman? Not only are you acknowledging me, you're validating my platform, but on top of that, you are, going against somebody that bullied me for years, bullied me and amongst other people online just because, she was getting views from people, or her platform was growing. Did it for sheer jealousy, sheer hatred, for no, for sure reason. Had a bunch of people, got more mentees and got them all to go against me. I think that's how Armon felt, and you, Cardi B, are going to take this woman down for me, make her go broke, you know what I'm saying? It was the ultimate coffin, what they nail in a coffin for Armon Wiggins. I think he felt like Cardi B was on his side.
But I feel like this lawsuit was bigger than Cardi B. It got bigger than her because Cardi B has the resources. Cardi B did the job that needed to be done for many of us that couldn't do it. So, Cardi B, this was bigger than you. All these other people were rooting for you and standing behind you because you made an example. And she literally was nasty, from Natalie Nunn to Megan. I mean, just pick a person.
Now I want to talk about how things went left, right? But I also would like to acknowledge, first and foremost, that Cardi B was the first, I would say, female rapper to share Armon's music. Now, it was a response to Tasha K, because she responded to Tasha K saying, hey, Tasha K, deposit your check. And if you know anything about Armon, one of his hit songs is Deposit Your Check, right? So that was a shout out. She gave that shout out. And I think Cardi B was very purposeful in doing that, because at that time, she and Armon was friends. And I think it gave Armon the boost. A lot of industry people started looking at Armon's music, because of Cardi B. So she was the first person to do that. However, prior to Cardi sharing Armon's music, Nicki Minaj did repost Armon on, I believe, her Twitter page. He was responding, doing commentary on one of her raps, and basically saying how much of a goat she is as a rapper. She's such an amazing rapper. And, breaking down a lyric, and she, reposted it, basically saying that, hey, the ops are loving it too, like, hey, he's an op, but he loves it. But that wasn't her specific wording. Her specific wording was child, that she had him climaxing with her bars. I'm going to show you guys.
I didn't even catch that one. Oh, that's why you got she. It's no shade. I ain't talking Spanish when I say senorita. I told the ghostwriter, yo, senorita. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, where did it all go wrong, you ask? In my opinion, I feel like I think that for a while, Armand been feeling, I would say, indifferent about Cardi B just because of the, album games that she's been playing as a Cardi B fan. And I think that she has not truly came out with just new music. Yes, she just came out with Bangos, but I think he's looking for like a specific rap type of thing. And Cardi B has been, taking a long time to put out her next album. It's been a very long time since she's put out any music since Invasion of Privacy. So I think that that was frustrating for him. So that had him a little bit annoyed. I wouldn't say that was what made him, go completely left. It's the idea that Cardi B would be potentially making up with Tasha K. Now, I think Tasha K was the flame under, the high dislike that he had with Nicki Minaj. Yes, he had his own personal reasons, but I think that, her putting Tasha K on her Queen radio show after he asked also hurt him as well. But I think that, the sauce of, the Tasha K thing was mainly a part of the reason why he went so hard at Nicki. And I think that that is the reason why he's switching sides from Cardi B.
So I would be disappointed in Cardi B because a lot of those people supported Cardi B through this. So for her to throw it away, I would feel some type of way because it's like, girl, all these people supported you through this lawsuit. All these people wanted you to win. All these people was rooting for you. And for you to just forgive her now because she cried in a fake apology, it's like, oh, no.
And I think another reason why if Tasha K and Cardi B made up would be very frustrating to him is because he had the opportunity to somewhat make up with a Tasha K for financial gain and basically turned it down because of his relationship with Cardi B. Not only Cardi B, but a lot of his friends that, Tasha K attacked. But I think that he would feel some type of way because he feels like, well, I turned this down. Me and Tasha K could have been made up and it could be a big YouTube thing where I could have monetary gain, but I turned this down because of our friendship, not only because of our friendship, but because of how she's spoken to a lot of my other friends. But now you're going to go be friends with her. So basically, what was I like, holding back from? I could have been her friend if I knew you was going, play in my face like this, or you were going to do all of this, especially when you know how much of a big support I was to you and for you because of how, I didn't not have the financial gain to go at Tasha K and you did. I kind of felt as though like you stuck up for me. As quiet as it's kept, I think that was a little bit of a reason why me just, speaking as Armand, allegedly, my opinion, right? But basically it's part of the reason why I stuck behind you after me and Nicki fell out is because I felt like you were really for the people, for me being, the underdog, me being, a part of the people, but for you to make up with Tasha K. So not Tasha K. Tasha K is bringing separation between Armon Wiggins, in my opinion, and Cardi B, because if at that time, Cardi B was thinking of potentially making up. She was saying, oh, I'm going to talk to my mom about it, talk to my friends, blah, 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 blah. And our mom was like, the fact that you're even considering being cool with her is a problem for me. Because then that lets me know you don't value my friendship. Because if I can think twice about our friendship to be, make friends with this person who has hurt so many of my other friends, including you, and you not consider me, it lets me know that I'm probably not a real friend, or I'm not as important in your life, as you kind of make it out to be, or as the fans think I am. That means that at any point I could be replaced, I could be forgotten, and I don't think that sat well with Armand. And I think that, he felt in a way hurt in that way by Cardi.
I would have felt some type of way if they did that because there was a time, maybe it was a year or 2 years ago, Tasha K called me with Larry Reid on the phone and tried to get me to meet her in Atlanta. I really didn't have a problem. Contrary to what people think, I don't hate her. Now, I don't like her that she tried to put these little nasty allegations on me, but I really, during that time, that was before this. So I didn't really care. I didn't really have a problem. She wanted to do a sit down. That would have been great. That probably would have did 1 million views. Us doing a back and forth sit down, it would have carried. But I didn't do it because too many people I messed with at the time had a problem with her. From like one of my friends, like Candace and other people, and including Cardi B. So what would that have looked like for me to go sit down and make up with Tasha K when everybody else I mess with, she has trashed in a very nasty way? even though I was over it and didn't really have an issue, I could have did the business thing, but I chose not to do so because what would that have looked like? It would have been given, Cardi B, you're so fake. I mean, Armon is so fake. He's an opportunist. He's over there. And she would have saw it and felt away. She definitely would have saw it and felt away. So my thing is, because I know that, there should be no consideration of amending anything with Cardi B just for the simple fact that the people that mess with you are not going to amend things because they mess with you. So I would have really felt some type of way. I'm not going to hold you. Because if that's the case, bitch, I could have did the sit down with Tasha K, and we could have went viral and trended the internet.
And I understand where he's coming from with this. When I think about his opinions and his feelings, it makes me think about the City Girls and Cardi B situation. Remember, the City Girls were on Cardi B's side when that whole situation happened where Cardi was beefing with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion was on Nicki Minaj's side. However, Cardi B did a song with Megan Thee Stallion and became peaceful and friends with Megan Thee Stallion. And at the time, City Girls and Megan had not made up, was not friends yet, and they felt as though they were upholding the beef against and not working with Nicki Minaj and other people that was against Cardi B, as a form of loyalty to Cardi. But when Cardi decided to work with Megan Thee Stallion, I think at that time it really hurt the City Girls because they felt like, hey, we being loyal to you. Why would you even consider being cool with this girl? Especially, out of courtesy, not having a conversation with us and letting us know what it is, especially since we've been going so hard for you. So I think that Cardi has a history of just moving that type of way that is kind of funny and makes her fans or people, not even her fans, her loyalty, the people that are loyal to her, that care for her, feel a ways. Because if you're going to be peaceful with this person, you going to squash the beef with this person, and I'm going hard for you. You're not going to let me know so that when I see you and her together, I don't just assume you're being fake, but you're just going to, make certain decisions and not consider me as if I'm not important. So I think that Cardi does that, So if Armon feels like, hey, I don't want to beef with nobody, I don't trust anybody, I'm fake cool with everybody because I can't stand on one side or the other because ain't no loyalty in this. Everybody out for themselves. So I gotta, be the number one fan, gotta be Armon. I gotta be out for Armon. Can you really blame him? Can you really be mad at him for that?
So you guys love to say, oh, Armon, you're a flip-flopper. Oh, Armon, you like Nicki, you like Cardi, you like this, you like that, you like this one and third. Oh, why did you do that interview with Milagro-grams and this, that, and the third? I want to let you guys know, this is why I move the way that I move. Because if I'm going to burn a bridge, I'm going to burn the bridge on my own accord, whether it be Nicki, whether it be Cardi, whether it be anybody. I'm going to do it. I'm never leaning far over to one side. I want y'all to hear this. I'm never leaning far over to one side to where I burn a bridge for another individual. Because if the day that they decide to make up, guess who's on the outs? Me, because now I done burnt that bridge for you. And you done made up. Could you imagine if I'm burning a bridge with Nicki Minaj trash and getting real nasty for Cardi B, then Cardi B considers bridging the gap? Could you imagine if I sit here and drag Cardi B for Nicki Minaj undoubtedly like Tasha K did and they end up bridging the gap? Think about it.
Did Armon flip-flop? Did he go from Cardi to Nicki or Nicki to Cardi, then Cardi to Nicki? Did he do that, and does he have a right to do that? I think yes. I think that the way these girls play, the way, the way things are, ain't nobody just one way and one way all the time. People flip-flop all the time, especially when these girls are, fake kicking it and becoming cool behind closed doors. You just don't know. You kind of have to, if you're going to be in this type of industry, you kind of have to be out for self. And it's like, he's not that type of person. He wants to have loyalty, was having loyalty, but Cardi B kind of showed her hand by saying, hey, I'm going to basically be friends or, consider being cool with Tasha K. And I think that hurt Armon in a way. It made him feel like, oh, you finna play like that. Like, there is no loyalty, like, you don't care about me, because for you to even consider that, it wasn't even a consideration for me when I was faced with that type of situation to where I could have worked with Tasha K. I said no off the strength of you. So now I feel like there is no for sure loyalty with me. You out for self, and you don't like value me as much as I think. Maybe you giving me that opportunity, or acknowledging me. Yes, you may acknowledge me. Yes, you might, like my platform or even consider or acknowledge my platform, but it doesn't go past that. It's not nothing deeper. It's not like you really see me or respect me as your peer. It was just some business stuff, and I'm thinking that you want to be my friend, or you care about me because you invited me to these industry parties or whatever. But it lets me know that no, I could go to these parties, but I'm not with your homegirls and your homies that you don't consider, and you don't see me on that level. You know what I'm saying? You know this, and you probably respect my journalism, but it doesn't go far, past that.
I have to be in it for Armon because these celebrities, I'm not in it for the celebrity culture of it all. Like, I like these celebrities, but these celebrities, they don't, I'm not, if Cardi B stopped making music tomorrow, the Armon Wiggins show has to continue.
Right.
So I get it. So I don't feel any kind of way if I'm not in friends and family or this, that, and third. But I need I need the people to understand that I'm just not picking a side, because I realize that, girl, when we get to the event, I'm still in the regular general admission. Okay. Start there, okay? But at the same time, I respect that there's an open line communication. If I had a problem right now, I could call Cardi B and be like, what's up? Cardi B has pulled up on me. She's pulled up on me like on some, oh, bitch, you turned up. And yeah, what's up? Yeah, I feel some type of way. She feels some type of way. We pulled up. She's pulled up on me. I pulled up on her. But I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's good. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I can't pull up on you, if you can't pull up on me, we're not really friends. Because guess what? If I can't ever tell you I feel some type of way, then bitch, I'm being fake. And so one thing I will say about Cardi B, she has put me in spaces just by her inviting me, has allowed my brand to grow in a way that she doesn't even realize. And then Cardi B, behind the scenes, has vouched for me to get opportunities that I haven't even got yet.
So I think that the major issue or the major, problem came with the Tasha K situation, because I feel like prior to that, Armon felt as though he and Cardi B was friends, and that they, that she viewed him as a friend. But the fact that you didn't see to consider me or have a conversation with me, or, what I'm saying, maybe conversations were had, this is just my opinion, maybe conversations were had, behind closed doors. But the fact that Cardi moved the way she moved with the consideration of forgiving Cardi B and did not, see out to him or care about his feelings on it, especially when he's been very clear and covering the case, it made, I think, in my opinion, it made him feel away, and he didn't feel like she was considering him as a friend, and that they were just employees and, like just work together or whatever. He's just reviewing, the content. This is just my opinion, how I'm viewing things. This is all just views and my thought process. I'm not saying any of this is true, because I'm not in these people's lives. I don't know them personally, but this is just my intuitive feelings on the entire situation. So, he has a right to feel the way that he feels. Is he a flip-flopper? Yes. Does he have a good reason for being a flip-flopper? In my opinion, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand where he's coming from. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm saying that this is his views and, his feelings. And this, just from what I see in the entire situation, my perspective on what I'm seeing and, from what I've heard. And I just think that, that he is a flip-flopper. He has flip-flopped. But in this industry, you kind of have to be, because people will play in your face. You can't lean one way or another if you want to do this celebrity thing. And as far as content creator, and you want to give your opinion on certain things, you have to. Wendy Williams was a flip-flopper. You have to, because you're talking about a lot of these people, and the way you talk about them, you can't gain loyalty to one person, because they will turn around and be cool with the next person. It's a whole lot of. So yep, is Armon a flip-flopper? Let's talk about it. Y'all let me know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, do you think he's a flip-flopper from everything that we've discussed in this video? I love you all, and bye-bye.
All these people, you never know which way they're going. And so I'm not getting in the middle of a Milagro, Grams, Cardi B beef, because what if they decide to make up? Or there's a consideration to make up? I'm staying out of that.